I know I'm somewhere between 150 and 170 hours now.
Fifth grade, I carved an anchor into my arm with a...
I don't even know if you could consider those first few years really tattooing, because
He has skin, framed skin.
There's a lot of closed-minded people and stuff.
There's been, people have been getting tattooed since there was people.
Tattooing's been around. We don't even know how long it's been here. It's been here so long.
tattoos really have probably been around since the beginning of time, from the first time some, caveman probably poked himself in the finger with a stick and it left a permanent mark, and thus tattooing was born.
They found, markings on cavemen that were, proven they were doing, for arthritis or whatever. They're assuming that it was for arthritis because it was just marks on their joints and stuff like that. But people have been getting tattooed forever.
Obviously Hitler tattooed a lot of the folks that were in the concentration camps. The Romans tattooed a lot of their slaves and criminals.
I've been kind of going by the hours. Last time I counted was, I don't think I had my whole left arm done and a piece on my stomach. I had 30 some. I know I'm somewhere between 150 and 170 hours now.
A lot, one big one. I'd say probably maybe 3/4 of my body is tattooed at this point.
I myself have 3 tattoos, and I do permanent cosmetics, so I have my makeup tattoo.
It's your time to shine, and I'll tell you what we'll do.
There's still a certain number of people who view them negatively. There's still a lot of old stereotypes that, nobody but bikers,
Sailors.
Very unsavory characters.
and women of the night get tattooed. And that's more so because of a lack of understanding or misinformation about them than anything.
It's weird because it's becoming a lot more accepted. Like if you go to the city, you get treated like you have money, And then around here, I have little old ladies cross the street when they see me coming because they think I'm going to steal their purse or something. I get treated like a scumbag around here half the time,
I'm still trying to hold on to the negativity that surrounds tattooing because that's what got me into it. It was a dangerous, bad boy world environment, and now you got tattoo shops opening up in the mall. They're going to be wearing uniforms before too long. You know what I mean? You're not. It's like cost cutter tattoos. You know what I mean? But I think we're getting away from that. I think a lot of people that I know personally, the way they used to feel about tattoos and the way they would shun even talking about it around me because they didn't want to hear about it, are now curious about it because of what they've seen on TV. And they're
Certainly once shows like Miami Ink started airing, we saw a big influx of people getting tattooed. As I said, those shows lended some legitimacy to tattooing, and people who might have been on the fence about it.
For a while, it wasn't as popular as Miami Ink and LA Ink and all that crap, but to me it was way cooler. It was called Tattoo Wars, and they took some of the top tattoo artists of their styles, like people that do biomechanical stuff or full color portrait stuff, and they made them battle.
I think tattooing has always sort of been considered the working man's art or the middle class art. And, while there are plenty of people who might not have $50,000 or $100,000 to spend on some extravagant painting to hang over their mantle at home, this is a much more reasonable and affordable way for somebody to own a piece of art, never lose it. It doesn't just hang on the wall and do nothing, except catch the occasional stare or glance.
Explain, because it's actually, people that don't want to consider it art, it's way more technical than drawn on a piece of paper or, painting, because you're actually applying something to a living canvas.
More, you know, I guess it has gained a little bit more popularity, but I don't think that women, you know, decided not to get tattoos before. I think they just covered them up a lot more. They are a little bit more acceptable now, so instead of getting a little one on your hip or a little one on your side where nobody would ever see it but you, a lot more women are getting them in places that are visible, like their arm or their ankle or their foot, where it is visible because it is a little bit more accepted by other people. But
it is kind of the seedy underbelly of society, and that's what I like about it, you know. Who the fuck, you know, if I didn't want to be part of that, then I'd go be a fucking car salesman, you know, or work at Mercedes-Benz or some, you know, crap like that, wearing a monkey suit and kissing people's ass all day. I don't have to do that.
Remember being lazy, laid back under the rays. I thank the lovely lady who brought me here today. And all my little questions, I'd sit and wonder why. Well, gas prices go down, Mom. Well, baby, don't you cry. They tell me the best things in life are free. They don't seem to find a way to me. Working on it, things are starting to look up for me. I'm working on it, fighting off this red calamity, and it's a promise. The beat'll keep on kicking through the night. I'm working on it, 'cause it's not right just yet.
Booth shop up in New York, or Massachusetts actually. He has skin, framed skin from, you know, people that have passed away that have donated their tattoos basically to art galleries or whatever. But he's got full out back pieces from people that died that Felix Liu and Philip Liu tattooed, you know what I mean? And they're just displayed in his shop, but I mean, it's the skin cut right off of their back, framed and put up on the wall like it's a canvas, you know? Yeah, they make people into lampshades and, you know what I mean, all kinds of stuff because of their tattoo work that's on them, you know, like it's people donate their skin to artwork because, you know, they put thousands and thousands of dollars into their tattoos, and it means something. It means a lot to them when they're alive, and they you know, like it's, you know, a good way to be remembered, and that artwork isn't going to waste, you know what I mean? It's not being buried in the ground, you know? I hope to be hung on a wall someday or made into a cool lampshade or something, you know?